Fellas, welcome to Better Audio. Alright, guys, welcome to another episode of Co-Trainer. I found this mic the other day in our garage, and we have it set up. And I hope that the Better Audio will help out with the channel. Let's get into the numbers, get into the sales that we made last night. Alright, guys, so recently we sold the Tyranitar 10, as we had talked about, the Charizard UPC promo, and the Lost Thunder Rainbow Tyranitar GX. And I just recently sold the Mega Tyranitar EX from Lost Origins. And so I wanted to get into the numbers and talk about the current state of where we are in trying to build up some capital so we can start selling Japanese product on our store. So in the Charizard UPC, we sold the promo for $38.17. As I said before, this number right here is the $22 that we sold the packs for whenever we first bought it in cash. And we just listed the 14 packs because we opened one of them on a video on Pokemon Day, so to celebrate whatever. And so we had 14 packs to try to sell. That hurt our numbers a little bit. We needed to up that price to $7 if we wanted to make at least 15% on those cards. And I already put in like the price floor on what we needed, so I can just change that right now and show you kind of how I was doing the calculation. So if I'm on this one right here, and this is the 1.28 times this 115, so that tells us the percentage that we need to make, and then the total that we need to make off of this with the 28% built in, and then subtract the money we have made, because we don't want to worry about that right now, and then add in what potential shipping costs will be. And that's what I have built in there, and we came up to needing $7 to try to make off of each pack. $7.02. And so from this, here's those numbers right there if you want to see where I came up with the calculations. That's where we need to be to make a profit on that, and we'll see if we can. If not, let's change this to, say we want to break even. We have 13% eBay fees, so let's put 1.3 in there, and we need to at least sell each pack for $5.79 to try to make a break even on those packs. So that's not too bad, and that's very doable, and thus that's why I wanted to show you guys how I'm coming up with my number. So we'll change that back to 8, and now we need to sell them for $7. Okay, and so I wanted to include this. I hadn't had these two cards, the Lost Thunder Rainbow Rare Tyranitar and the Mega Tyranitar from Lost Origins yet, and I wanted to put those in there to try to kind of put in perspective on how well I did buying these cards back in 2022 and 2023. So I purchased the Rainbow Rare Tyranitar GX. I purchased one of them. I'd like to get an average, see what my cost basis was on these, and then see how much I actually made on them. But this one in particular I purchased for $26.89, and the payout on that was $80.28, and we also need to subtract $5.07 from that total, because we have free shipping on our eBay store. So the $48.32 was the profit, and we went 179%, almost 180% on our card there, and that was awesome. But that's not even the best part. The Mega Tyranitar EX from Lost Origins sold that for $84.70, but we purchased this card in 2022 for $13. I should have bought everything and would have made an absolute killing, but I didn't. Hindsight is always going to be 2020. At least I bought one, and so I was able to make over 500% on this card, and profit came out to being $66.63. Once again, like you see these percentages, huge percentages, like this is awesome, and it's not life changing money, you know. Uh, this purchasing something 4 years ago now, and trying to sell it for an extra $60 later, like you just have to do that over and over again, and it's hard to find those deals like that. Thus, I'm trying to get into the Japanese market and trying to sell that way because it will be more repeatable in the future. And I really, really, really want to get ready for Ninja Spinner that's going to be coming out here in April. So we have a month, and I really want to be able to make some purchases like a couple days after release to try to get that best price on there. And we'll see how much money we have, and you guys help me out. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think we should do. We currently have $1,210 in sales, and we're currently sitting at $208 in profit. We're not too worried about the profit right now. We're more worried about the sales and what we need to basically try to sell these, try to purchase more Japanese products so then we can sell it on our store. And we have about $1,200 to play with right now. And you let me know down below what you guys think. How much money should we really put towards the products? Is there a percentage we should do? Like, spending 70%, always have 30% on hand. I don't really know the numbers on that, and that would be a good thing to find out. Let me know in the comments what you guys think and how much I should try to spend on the Japanese product, and try to base it all out between the newest set, Ninja Spinner, and then the other sets going forward. So it would have been really cool to just jump right into perfect order, whenever, or Municus Zero, I think is what everybody's calling it, from Japan. I've been calling it Nihil Zero, whatever. I think that it would have been awesome to jump in right then, but we weren't ready. We didn't have the capital. We weren't ready for that kind of purchase at that point, and so it sucks that we have basically gone through a whole release and not purchased any product. But if this can hopefully prove to anybody what I'm about, is taking it slow, not getting well and over my head, and we're in it not just to try to make a quick buck in the beginning. We're trying to build something here, and I hope that you're getting that from this video and from my past content that I have made. So that's about all I have for the sales, and let's get into something on Poke Beach. I saw that sounded pretty interesting. All right, so the Perfect Order pre-release promos were revealed for our English cards, and I gotta tell you, obviously my favorite has to be the Tyrantrum. If I got to choose one of my latest favorite Pokemon, it would be Tyrantrum. I just love dinosaur Pokemon, and especially ones that represent a T-Rex. I just love those, and I think that Tyrantrum is really cool. And unfortunately, the typing is always the same for those kinds of cards, or for like a Tyrantrum and a Tyranitar, and that's for obvious reasons. They're very similar, but it'd be kind of nice if they did have some different typings. And whenever I did play the games, which is mostly what I do play whenever I interact with these Pokemon, it's not through the collecting the cards or whatever. It's basically through the games. And so in Pokemon ZA, Tyrantrum was in that game that you could get through a fossil, and just to try to keep all the typings different, I wanted to not get a Tyrantrum and take in a Tyranitar on the team. So I I don't know. I think that he's a really cool Pokemon, and in the games, I try to keep the typings a little bit different. And so, since I chose to have Tyranitar on my team, I didn't have the Tyrantrum. Plus, it would have been hard to get a shiny from the fossils actually, and my goal for the last game was to get shiny Pokemon all on my team. And so I do have the Charizard that you get in the beginning of the game. Spoiler if you guys haven't played it yet, but I do have the Charizard, so it's not shiny, but like I use the uh, shiny Marie from the beginning, and then also the starter Meganium is not a shiny Pokemon either, but the rest of the team is. So technically, I'm not doing what I said I was going to do. I was going to have all shiny Pokemon on the team, but I like to have the starter stay on my team, and so at the time I didn't have all the or I didn't have my 8-bit Do controller to shiny at the start. I don't know. The starter might have been shiny locked. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if the starters were shiny locked or not in Pokemon ZA. So, just getting into these promos. I do remember whenever they released these in like Sword and Shield. Um, they there was I remember the Charizard and the Lugia, and man, did those cards pop off. They were expensive cards to start. I'm talking like almost $100 raw, and you could buy um, them graded for 300 to 500. I remember I purchased the Lugia once to try to make a play on, and I'm sure it fell flat on its face. But you know, that was some cards that I do remember and had some experience with the pre-release promos in the Sword and Shield era. So it would be cool to see the Perfect Order pre-release cards, and what kind of hollows are gonna have with them. I remember the hollows for those Sword and Shield era ones were like the stripes, like kind of straight down hollow, and I mean they look good, but man, the Cosmos hollows on cards is just there's just nothing like it. The new Cosmos Hollow. I don't know if that's what they're calling it. For the oh, like the promos and stuff, kind of like the cheaper promos, like the in the Tick Sticker collection or whatever for Ascended Heroes, like that Hollow. I'm not as much of a fan of that one. I really liked the bit older school ones, and it's kind of interesting to see all the different hollows from the past generations going into like today. Like in the WotC era, you had the like stars kind of pattern in the hollow, and that was pretty and all. But in after WotC, then they had the like I guess they call it like the Cosmos foil. I don't know what they call it exactly, but like you had the swirls and everything like that. And that hollow like stuck for years, and they were absolutely stunning. I loved those hollows, and now they kind of have this new Cosmos foil, so they're kind of keeping in line with what they've had in the recent past, but it is a little bit different. And I was showing off some of the other cards I had that Cosmos foil, that Voltorb. Oh man, just beautiful, beautiful hollow, and that wasn't even a like hollow card in that era. That was a reverse hollow, and just man, what beautiful cards are out there, and just collect what you love. That's ultimately what I was kind of getting into in this video and selling off my current collection is just collect what you love. Like I've said, I love the Tyrantrum. It would be really cool to get one of those. Who knows if I would? We're trying to build a business right now, and maybe we can use funds to buy some really cool cards later down the road. We'll see about that, but I'm really trying to build a foundational business model. Guys, that's all I have today. If you like this video or dislike the video, please like or dislike, whatever you guys feel you need to do on this video, and comment down below why you disliked it and why you liked it. And we'll see if we can keep this thing going. Please continue to support me in the channel and watch me on my journey as we build a Pokemon business from nothing, from $0. And if you want to watch the next video, go knock yourself out doing that, and we'll see you guys in the next one.